Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So today I thought it would be really fun to do a full face of makeup artist tips. So I'm going to take these tips and tricks from Nikki LaRose. She's one of my favorite pro makeup artists here on YouTube. And I do have a couple of other makeup artist tips that I'm going to be using in this video as well. So this first tip is for kind of making your lips look bigger. So either like exfoliating your lips first. There's two ways that I'm going to show. So this first way is just using a liquid exfoliant. This one is from Paula's Choice, one of my favorites. And I'm just going to take my reusable cotton round. I'm going to apply a little bit of this on the cotton round and then just go on my lips with this. Another way that I'm going to actually show is to use a lip plumper. This one is a heavy duty lip plumper. I love this one. I haven't used it in a while. I'm going to use it for this video. This is the Polite Society Big Mouth Lip Plumping Oil Gloss. I only like to use a small amount of it because it is very intense. So now we are ready for the makeup application. I don't have a brow tips and tricks, so I'm just going to fill in my brows off camera with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Okay, now that my brows are done, let's move straight into the next pro makeup artist tip. So I'm going to take my foundation. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation in 3W. I'm going to, instead of squirting it on the face, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Nikki LaRose and BK Beauty, the N17 brush, and I have the product on the back of my hand. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of work the product into the brush, kind of get it really nice and even, basically just priming the brush for application. And that way I really have a nice, even application when I apply it. Okay. And I do tapping motions when applying it. I do sometimes switch my motion when I'm kind of like outside of the face. I kind of go in a back and forth motion, and then when I'm towards the middle, I do a tapping motion. Same thing with the forehead. I'm going to, in the center, that might have been a little too much, do a tapping motion, and then once I get further out, I'm going to do a sweeping motion. Now let's talk about contouring. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Softsculpt shaping stick. This one is in the shade Fair. Instead of swiping it on, it's a little bit harder to blend it out when you swipe it on. So I actually like to take a brush to the product to the face. So I'm just going to evenly distribute the product onto the brush. This is the Anissa Beauty angled cheek brush. And then I'm going to start on the cheeks and go in an upward motion to blend it out. I kind of want to stop about right here. I kind of been really liking to lightly contour my jawline now. I'm just going to do the same thing, just nice and evenly distributed on the brush. And then I actually blend it down the neck, or down the jawline. And then the forehead, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to jump around a little bit. I don't normally put on concealer before blush, but I'm actually going to do another tip on how to apply powder blush on top of cream contour or cream bronzer. So now we're going to go into the concealer tips and tricks. So I'm going to take my Dior Backstage Flash Protector Concealer in the shade Y1. I've been absolutely loving the kind of like doing your makeup for like low contrast, and since I am light contrast or low contrast, I have been loving to do that. I didn't need to put it on my back of my hand. So I'm going to dot this a little bit under the eye first, and then on the outer part of the under eye, kind of like this. While I let that kind of do its thing for a little bit, we can actually go into, actually let's wait on that. So I'm gonna wait for a little bit and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna take my Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N16 brush, and I'm first going to tap in the product kind of right in the inner corner and just tap that in, and then when I have less product on the brush, I'm going to kind of blend it out into the middle part of the under eye, and then do the same thing to the outer part, tap it in, and then with what's ever left on the brush, actually, I'm just going to tap right into the center. So same thing on the other side. Tap the concealer in on both sides, and then with what's ever left on the brush, tap it right in the center. Okay, now we can move into nose contouring. I have been loving this tip for contouring the nose. It's amazing and it's all I've been doing. So it's kind of come across on TikTok. People have been discovering it. So I'm gonna take my contour stick. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just place this all across the nose, kind of up. I do kind of like to go up in here a little bit as well. Okay, so once that is applied, I'm going to take a blending brush. This is the Anastasia in Gold Concealer brush. I'm just going to blend in contour. Next, I'm going to take actually the same concealer that we used. I'm going to apply some of that on the back of my hand, and take a flat brush like this one. This one is from Sigma. This is the F70 brush. I'm just going to take this and apply it directly in the center of where we contoured. I'm going to let that be for just a second, and now we can move on to the how to apply powder blush on top of cream contour or bronzer. So I'm going to first actually take my N14 brush from Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, and I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder in Cherry Blossom just to go right on top of the contour, basically just to set the contour. So there's no skipping when we apply, or muddiness when we apply the powder blush. So I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in Daydream. I'm going to kind of evenly distribute the product on the brush, kind of turn the brush and evenly distribute it. I do like to work it into the brush on the palm of my hand. And now we can apply. I like to kind of not apply it on the apple, kind of like to move it up a little bit and apply it like that. Okay, let's go back to the nose highlight. So I'm going to take my Nikki Rose and BK Beauty the N16 brush, and I'm going to turn the brush like this so it's easy to blend in the highlight. Okay, so I'm actually ready to set the face. I am going to reapply. Oh, and by the way, I already have half of my eye look already done. So I'm going to take the Huda Beauty powder again. I'm going to take a very small amount of it with the N14 brush from Nikki Rose and BK Beauty. I'm going to tap off a lot of the excess and kind of work it into the palm of my hand and tap on the under eye area and in the T-zone. For creasing and having your under eyes last all day, I'm going to go in with another round of of powder, but this time I'm not going to really tap off the excess. I'm just going to do it like a tiny bit and do the same thing and tap in. Alright, now we can move into eyeliner. So I'm going to take a long wear eyeliner. This one is from Huda Beauty. This is the Creamy Kohl Long Wear Eye Pencil. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to first look straight into, this mirror is very dirty. I'm going to show this on one eye and then just do the other off camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the eyeliner and I'm just going to look straight into the mirror and slowly line the upper lash line. I like to stop it kind of in the middle. Now I'm going to create the wing. I kind of like to, if I'm having, so I'm just going to create a little bit of a wing. I can leave it there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go right on top of that with powder. First, let's blend it actually just a little bit. So I'm going to take my Morphe Ariel brush number A7 and just blend the eyeliner. Now we can apply a powder. So I'm going to take this shade from the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. We are going to go right on top of what we just applied. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to take a Q-tip and then a little bit of micellar water to clean up the eyeliner. I don't have a pointed Q-tip, which is kind of annoying, but these ones will have to do for now. So I'm going to take the Q-tip, kind of clean up the line, or clean up the wing. Kind of want to thin it out just a little bit. And there we go. That is perfect. So I'm going to do my mascara and eyeliner on this eye, and then we will be right back. All right, so now let's move back to the lips. So I'm going to take a darker lip pencil. This one, and a cool tone lip pencil. This is from MAC. This is the lip pencil in Stone. So I'm going to use this for I'm going to use this for kind of contouring the lips. So what I actually like to do is I'm only going to, why is this doing that? I'm going to only overline the bottom and the top. Okay, sorry for the weird lighting change. My light died. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a back and forth motion, just that can be an even amount of lip liner. I'm only going to stop about right there for overlining it, and then now I'm going to kind of go along my natural lip line and still in a back and forth motion. I'm going to do the same thing to the top, so I'm only going to overline a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And then line the natural lip line. I do kind of like to apply a little bit of lip liner in the corners, or a little bit more lip liner in the corners. I kind of do connect a lip line, the liner where it meets. And then what I like to do is I'm going to take a brush to blend the lip line a little bit, just to kind of soften it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I don't know what shade I want to use. Maybe this shade. I'm going to take this shade. This is M4. And I'm going to just contour the bottom lip. I'm going to blend that out a little bit because I kind of went a little too crazy. Then I'm going to take a dome brush. This is the Sigma E30 brush. And I'm just going to blend it, or blend the line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Patrick Ta highlighter. I'm going to highlight the Cupid's bow. I sometimes use concealer to highlight in this area, or the highlighter that I used on my face. Then for lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Velvet, Lip Velvet liquid lipstick in the shade Crush. I'm only going to apply this in the center. Actually, you know what, let's apply it. And now the lips are almost done. I just add a little bit more to the look to make it even more look like my lips are much bigger. I'm going to apply a gloss. Well, actually, this is a lip oil. This is the Colorpop Luxe Lip Oil in Skinny Dip. Okay, so that was all of the pro makeup artist tips and tricks, or a full face. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!